The room is dark and the world outside has long fallen silent. You are lying here awake while everyone else is asleep. You can feel the heavy fatigue in your bones, yet your mind remains completely wide awake. The clock ticks and the hours slip away. Frustration begins to build in the quiet room. You feel a familiar guilt for not being able to rest. But nothing is wrong with you. People have lain awake like this for thousands of years. Centuries ago, the Buddha sat with those who could not rest. He looked at their restless minds with steady calm. He did not tell them to force sleep or try harder. He viewed a restless mind the way a doctor views a fever. He gave this state a known name: restlessness and worry. It is not a personal failure or a broken mind. It is simply a passing state that the mind moves through. The ancient texts describe this as a bowl of water. When the wind blows, the surface ripples and moves. The water is not damaged or changed at its core. It is simply moving and cannot reflect things clearly. The natural stillness remains hidden right beneath the movement. When the wind stops, the water finds its way back to calm. But when you worry about the time, you become the wind. Calculating remaining hours only stirs the water further. The hand reaching in to force calm is what keeps it disturbed. A mind that will not rest is not a broken mind. It is a mind that has not been given permission to stop. Tonight, you are granting yourself that quiet permission. This is not a forced technique to make you sleep. It is an ancient invitation to step out of the struggle. The practice begins with simple recognition. When restlessness is present, you simply notice it. You name it and let it be, without adding anything more. No fixing, no forcing, just clear observation. The natural condition of your mind is deep stillness. Restlessness is just weather passing through the sky. It arose from conditions, and it will pass with conditions. It is not who you are. It is just what the mind is doing. Let the weight of your body settle completely right now. Feel the mattress supporting you without any effort. Your shoulder blades press down into the surface. The back of your skull is heavy and held. Your heels rest securely against the bed. You do not have to hold yourself up anymore. The bed is doing its job, and you can simply rest in that. Let your mind wander or circle if it needs to. You are here to let the body be held while the mind moves. When the mind stops reaching, the disturbance loses its fuel. The project of constructing tomorrow can be set down. Just watch what arises and passes without adding to it. Bring your attention gently to your shoulders now. Are they carrying tension from the day's busy events? The simple act of noticing is enough to start the release. Your shoulders know how to soften when attention arrives. The tension dissolves when met with gentle awareness. Let your jaw soften completely right now. The jaw carries an enormous weight without us knowing. It holds back the words we wanted to say today. It maintains the mask of composure we wear for the world. Let the upper and lower teeth part just a millimeter. Let your tongue rest heavily on the floor of your mouth. No one needs anything from you at this hour of the night. Your jaw can simply relax and put the burden down. The ancient teachings often began in the quiet forests, They were shared under trees beside flowing rivers. The darkness opens something that the daylight keeps closed. Released from daily demands, the mind begins to settle. Feel an image of open space arriving on its own, perhaps a quiet field under a vast starry sky. If no image comes, your breath is entirely enough. The darkness of this room is completely enough. Bring your attention down to your resting hands. Feel the temperature of the cool air against your skin. Notice the faint pulse living in your fingertips. This steady pulse has been with you your entire life. It has beat through every difficult and sleepless night. It requires no management or control from your side. Let your hands open up with palms facing upward. An open hand is an ancient gesture of receiving. It means the body has stopped defending against its experience. Bring your awareness to the movement of your breath. Notice the air flowing in and flowing out. Your chest rises slightly as the air enters. Your chest settles gently as the breath leaves. Feel the faint coolness right at your nostrils. Feel the faint warmth as you exhale into the dark. Your only work right now is to simply notice this. This is the oldest breath practice in the world. Knowing the breath is present without trying to alter it. Be with your breath like a quiet companion in the room. Let the breath breathe itself naturally. There is a tiny pause right after the exhale leaves. Before the next breath begins, a gap of nothing exists. In that brief gap, the mind is doing absolutely nothing. For a fraction of a second, the water is perfectly still. Find that small pause at the end of your next breath. Stay in that space of nothing for as long as it lasts. The body knows exactly when it needs to breathe again. You are not the one doing the breathing. You are the witness. Bring your attention down to your soft belly now. The belly rises gently as the breath enters. It falls slowly as the breath departs. A slow wave of movement travels through your body. The belly holds none of the tension the shoulders carry. It simply moves with the natural rhythm of life. Rest your attention on the rise and the fall. The mind will drift away, and that is completely expected. When it drifts, gently return your attention to the breath. Guide it back the way you would guide a wandering child. No frustration, no judgment, just a gentle return. Every single return is the core of the practice itself. The tradition cares only about the quality of the return. A mind that returns without judgment is practicing perfectly. The belly rises and the belly falls in the quiet. Attention placed on the breath is like a light touch. The body releases its grip under this soft awareness. Presence without demand changes the environment of the body. Outside this room, the quiet night continues on its course. Vast forests stand in darkness, just as they did yesterday. Rivers run without urgency toward a destination. The breath in your body belongs to that same unhurried world. You are part of the slow rhythm of the natural night. The shoulders are lower and the jaw is softer now. The project of sleep has less grip than before. The ancient teachers divided the night into 3 separate watches. The first watch is the transition from day to evening. The second watch is the deep sleep of the midnight hours. The third watch is this one, the hours before dawn. This final watch is considered the most significant. The habitual overlays of the day have grown deeply tired. The mind has simply become more available to itself. At midnight, the residue of the day is still warm. By the final watch, the repetitive loops have finally slowed. The thoughts have not stopped, but they are no longer emergencies. The darkness has thinned enough for you to see through. You possess a quality of attention that was unavailable earlier. The gravity of tomorrow's worries has finally loosened. Your attention is willing to simply rest where it is placed. Let your lower back release into the mattress now. Feel your hips and pelvis settling heavily down. The backs of your thighs make full contact with the bed. You are held by something that requires nothing from you. The silence of the final watch is spacious and open. The daily noise has mostly dissolved into the darkness. Let your eyes become completely still behind your closed lids. The internal search for objects has finally lost its momentum. Rest in the darkness rather than trying to see through it. Awareness does not need an object to grasp onto. It is simply present as the ground where things arise and pass. Notice that clear awareness operating right now. It registers the breath, the weight, and the silence. You did not create this awareness, and you cannot lose it. It was here before the restlessness arrived tonight. The gaps between your thoughts have widened. A thought moves through, and there is a beat of quiet. These gaps are small openings where the machinery pauses. The hour itself is the method tonight. You are part of a quiet community, awake across the world. Others are lying in dark rooms, breathing just like you. The final watch connects the quietest community on earth. We are moving through this hour together in the dark. Listen to the story of a monk named Cakkhupāla. He practiced walking meditation along a smooth path. He walked through the day and deep into the night. Walking meditation anchors the attention in the moving body. Each foot lifting, moving, and placing becomes the focus. The mind stays with the immediate and physical step. Let your forehead become smooth and open now. Withdraw the subtle instructions that hold tension there. Tension begins to soften when met with genuine curiosity. As seasons passed, Cakkhupāla lost his eyesight completely. Yet he continued to walk his path in the dark. He navigated entirely by memory, touch, and presence. The practice did not change because his conditions changed. He relied on a trained mind, independent of sight. Let your eyelids rest easy, like a soft cloth over your eyes. Let your eyes stop searching inside the closed lids. The quality of your mind determines the quality of the act. A night spent with open attention has a different character. The blindness forced a presence that sight had obscured. Let the neck vertebrae settle into their natural alignment. Allow your head to float back into the pillow support. The shoulders deserve to drop a few millimeters more. Let the holding end, and let heavy things rest completely. The body scan is an act of genuine attention. The body releases its performance and becomes what it is. A monk walked in darkness, and the walking was the practice. Your mind has remained oriented through a long night. Another story comes from a laywoman named Visākhā. She gave robes, food, and medicine to the community for decades. Giving became who she was through daily repetition. She practiced inside the ordinary complications of family life. Place a hand lightly on your chest right now if it feels right. Feel the warmth of your palm against your skin. This is an ancient gesture of self-accompaniment. You are both the one giving and the one receiving warmth. Visākhā brought her deep grief to the Buddha after a loss. He received her grief with full and unhurried attention. He pointed out that love and loss are woven together. Grief is what love produces when it encounters impermanence. Let your chest soften as the breath expands it from within. Each exhale takes a little bit of the holding away with it. The diaphragm can release its protective brace right now. On a full exhale, let all the air go completely. There is a particular relief in being briefly empty. Decades of giving transformed Visākhā's hands completely. Your own hands are resting now after a long day of work. Let the fingers straighten slightly without any force. The monk walks in the dark. The woman gives in grief. There is no perfect moment when conditions are ideal. The practice happens inside whatever is actually present. Think of Ajahn Chah living in the Thai forest. He sat among the trees, inhabiting a deep natural stillness. He said, "If you let go a little, you have a little peace. If you let go completely, you will have complete peace." Setting something down requires actual physical experience. He discovered the absence of the compulsive internal cost of action. You can move through this moment without the cost of struggle. The mind is monitoring whether sleep is coming yet. Sustained low-level vigilance causes a deep exhaustion. Waiting for sleep keeps the attention permanently allocated. When the reaching stops, consciousness loses its foothold. Let the project of sleep be set down completely right now. Equanimity is on the other side of this setting down. It is a very full contact with what is happening without overlays. The rain is not worried about being rain in the forest. You are here without needing this moment to be different. The thoughts moving through your mind are just clouds. The sky does not become anxious about the passing clouds. You are the vast sky, not the temporary weather. Rest in the awareness that has been here all night. It cannot find itself because it is the one doing the looking. The ground remains unchanged by what moves through it. Let the breath and the body be clouds too. The awareness was here before the night began and remains after. Provide the open space for the clouds to be what they are. What you are resting in was available in the hardest moment. Another monk named Dabba could generate light from concentration. He led the monks through the dark forest without a torch. A mind of sufficient depth does not require external light. The darkness of this room has become familiar now. The dark feels like what is here, and it is entirely enough. Listen to the low frequency underneath the silence. Hear the inner sound of being alive in the quiet. Each breath is a small, unrepeatable event in time. The wise person, having listened, becomes clear. The forest listens by receiving whatever arrives on its surface. The clarity arises when attention is sufficient to receive. The background hum of monitoring is quiet now. Presence fills the space where the reaching used to be. Dabba was simply present to the path, one step at a time. One step at a time is all the path ever requires from you. The room has been holding you through the long hours. Notice the whole of the body at once right now. The body is a more faithful listener than the filtering mind. It registers the warmth of the blanket and the mattress texture. Your stillness is what remains when the noise has settled. The luminous ground is still here, holding everything. Your breath has found a longer, quieter pace on its own. The body knows where it has arrived through direct registration. The remaining thoughts are very thin, like morning mist. Whatever they are carrying can wait until the morning light. Trust that what was real will remain without being gripped. The mind is luminous and separate from adventitious defilements. The surface disturbance was real, but it was never the pool itself. The body is patient and has arrived at the threshold. The person meeting the morning will be slightly different. A divine abiding is available to a person lying down. Extend genuine goodwill toward the being that is here. May you be safe in the remaining hours of the night. The difficulty was real, but it was survivable. May you be well in both body and mind. May what is tired find its deep natural rest. May you be at peace with your night exactly as it was. May you be free from the burden of carrying the project. The phrases are an offering made to the being that is here. This body stayed, listened, and breathed through the dark. Difficulty deserves ease simply because you are alive. May you be safe. May you be well. May you be at peace. May you be free. The voice becomes part of the shared silence now. The floor of the room is visible now that the furniture has cleared. Rest here in the luminous space before the dawn. The sky is still the sky, and you are home.